Welcome to another episode of the CRM Zen Show. This is episode 347, Threading the Social Needle. This is for Friday, March 21st. Is that correct? March 21st. Yes, 2025. From Zenatta Consulting, I'm Brett Martin.
And I'm Tyler Colt, and let's get right on into the show.
Oh, what a week, what a week, what a week. You know? Crazy
I think
times.
This is 2 weeks in a row now that we've got the date correct. So hopefully
that's good.
We'll keep that trend going as long as we can.
That's good. The funny thing is we weren't messing up on the old 2024 or 2025 thing. We were just getting the month wrong completely.
Yep.
We're in a time
completely wrong.
Yes. I'm doing well. I've been driving around in my Tesla and haven't been shot at yet. So I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Give it time.
It's a good thing. Yeah, I heard that somebody hacked into Tesla and released the addresses of people that own Teslas so that these new knuckleheads could hunt us down and, blow up our Teslas. That's going to be a great thing. Yes. Interesting times, Tyler. Interesting times. Sure. Yes, that is correct. But you know what's more interesting is the crazy updates that Zoho does every week.
True.
I mean, it allows us to do an entire show on the updates. And we've got some great ones this week. But before we get into that, here's a quick word from our sponsor, us.
Who is Zenatta? We are the #1 Zoho premium partner in the Americas, consisting of a diverse team of 25 plus employees who are experts in over 45 plus Zoho applications, including CRM, projects, desk, campaigns, analytics, sales IQ, books, inventory, and more. Our team of experts also specializes in custom creator applications, custom web and marketing solutions, and the Zoho Finance Suite. But most importantly, we understand how all of this ties into our clients' business needs. We have over 1,000 plus clients across dozens of industries, ranging from a few employees to thousands, with over 5 new clients onboarded every week. And boy, do these clients love what we did for them. So whether you're just getting started with Zoho or need to optimize your existing setup, our team is here to help. Ready to unlock Zoho's full potential? Book a meeting with our experts today at Zenatta.com and let's build a system that works for you.
Boom, bada, boom, boom. Zoho Creator upcoming updates for March 2025. Tyler, we're going to go through all these Creator updates, but if you really wanted to do a deep dive into Creator, you would go to Zoholics. That's in Houston this year in May 16th, 17th, 18th, I think.
12th, 13th, 14th, the teens.
Yeah. And you could actually sign up for some Creator seminars and kind of go through everything that's going on, And while you were there, signed up for those Creator seminars, you're like, man, I'm looking at these prices, but you could use the code for your entry, which I think is like $360. You get 20% off that if you use the code Zenatta20 at checkout. You get 20% off your entrance there. Go do your little Creator workshops. Life will be good. Life will be good. All right.
And a beautiful segue that was. Truly,
Did you like
truly
that?
A consummate professional, Brett.
Well, what happened there is we forgot to promote the code and we just worked it right in. Yes, that's right. Anyway, hey, so release projection 1 for 2025. All right. So for Creator 6, I'm assuming, correct?
They're still doing that thing where some of them come for Creator 5 and some for 6. So, good set of updates.
And we have not done that
migration
yet, have we?
No, we're holding off as long as we can. Now, I have heard through the grapevine that moving from 5 to 6 is less painful than 4 to 5 was. What we're probably going to do is take an export of our app, put it in a demo account, and then move that over to Creator 6 and just see what happens as a bit of a preamble, just to make sure we don't put ourselves out of business for a couple days. But so a lot of these are actually coming for 5 as well. I think a few of them that definitely stood out for me, the app menu builder. This is one that's been long awaited. This is basically just a UI to actually build out the menus inside of a creator app. So you're able to kind of have like parent-child menus. So here they're showing like, hey, you've got an employee section, you expand that, and then there are trainers and employees underneath them, right? So just being able to have these different menus. They've got as well, like kind of like menu filters or kind of like tabs, you'd almost say. So if I'm in the trainer tab, I see these. If I'm in the employee tab, I see a different set of menus. Bring your own key support for encryption. That one is kind of nice. Workflow integration for forms. So this one is pretty slick. So really the big update is triggering data based on linked fields inside of your forms. So again, keeping in mind that in Creator, a workflow is used for field validation, triggering automations, everything like that. Really nice to see. Updates to the Deluge editor. Always happy about these. So real-time error messages. This is basically like, it's going to tell you forgot that semicolon before you click save and execute. As a chronic semicolon forgetter myself, I am happy to see that. Just save me a little bit of time. Shortcuts. I hope this will help me solve the one thing that I hate about the Deluge editor, which is on Mac. If I want to comment multiple lines at once, it's Command /, right? And that applies it. You know what is also Command /? It's a shortcut to pull up Zia search. And so whenever I do a mass comment, it pulls up Zia search and comments it. Then I have to remove that little window. Minor annoyance, but I'll be happy if that could go away. Then a few other kind of odds and ends enhancements. Biggest one I would say.
Will this new Deluge editor be across all? Will this be the new Deluge editor across all the applications, you think?
Normally what it is a new Deluge editor feature will come to Creator, and then it will make its way over to the other apps. That's what I've seen, at least in the past. And then last but not least, and these are just for Creator 6, but they've added 22 new connectors for Zoho Creator. So big ones here: Sales IQ, FSM, WorkDrive, Catalyst, Writer, Bigin, Desk, Freshdesk, Calendly. These are basically just pre-built little OAuth authenticators that you can use. I personally, again, I love using these because I hate setting up OAuth from scratch. Make your access token, your refresh token, your blah, blah, blah. I like when I can just basically sign in, right, to that app and then invoke my sign in as authentication. So again, unique for Creator 6 on those ones, but a lot of the rest are actually going to be coming to 5 and 6.
Very nice. Very nice. Moving right along. We must have been scrolling through this one earlier. Fresh interface and functionality improvements for Zoho CRM's data sharing settings. This is actually nice. You can get really granular on your data sharing settings in the CRM now. It used to be pretty, generic, and you really couldn't get very granular with it. I've noticed they've been doing a lot of this lately, Tyler, where they're saying, look, we're going to allow you to get much more granular with the settings, who can see what, who can do what they can do across the board. And so this takes it kind of down to a whole new level now as to what you can do. So for example, on the leads module, it used to be you could just say, it's public, it's read-only, it's this, it's that. Now you can get down to lead sharing and leads by region, and you can kind of really get granular as to who's seeing what and what they can do with it. So,
yeah, absolutely. Able to as well clone or disable rules. So previously, if you had a rule that you didn't want on for any reason, you had to delete it. Again, it's like, it's not the end of the world if you had to recreate it later, but it's a lot nicer to just disable it. If it's something that you might want to turn back on in the future. Searching by name. Again, like for a lot of organizations, you set up your roles and you have your hierarchical sharing, sales goes to sales manager, goes to CEO. For larger companies or companies with more complicated org charts, you have to have a lot of sharing rules, right? Where it's like customer service might not be under sales in the hierarchy, but they might need to see a lot of stuff about former deals that were closed, right? So they know what they need to support. So setting up sharing rules to actually support those rather than like making your hierarchy look weird, like sales reports to customer service. It's like, well, no, they don't. So using a sharing rule is a lot smoother for that. So
Yep.
functionally, I think a lot of things will work pretty similarly in terms of like the meat and
Yes.
potatoes of what you can do. But the actual workflow and management tools around it is a lot smoother. I mean, even just like filtering by module, right? Like that is a really nice thing to be able to do, especially if you have a lot of rules that are already set up. And then again, one thing I always do like to highlight, this came out a while ago, but these can all be done based on role. They don't have to be done based on person. So I can
Right.
essentially share data between roles, groups, and individuals if I need to, but I don't have to go one by one and like share everything with every person.
Super nice. All righty. And now you can prevent invalid entries in forms using form field validations. And this is in Bigin. So Bigin forms, we say this every time. Just stop me if you've heard it before. But a shiny question. No, sorry, that's an inside joke. But basically, Bigin is Zoho's other CRM, originally kind of built for mobile, kind of a very Kanban, pipe drive-ish kind of thing. It has ballooned into a full-blown CRM with kind of a very modern interface. And so as they go through it, there's a lot of functionality that already exists over in CRM that they now are slowly, not even slowly, rapidly adding over into Bigin. And this is just a straight one where, you'd like to have form field validation. So what does that mean? Well, it can only be numbers. It's got to be this length. It can't be that. So you can validate various things. So when people are filling out a form, they're not just typing in garbage. It's
And a lot of these
email
are
allows.
pretty basic. I do really like one phone number field validation. People get really creative about what they type in. So like restricting alphabet, like letters, you'll see that where people type. I don't even want to go down the rabbit hole. The crazy things that you see typed into phone number fields, especially in applications that don't do validation. But another that I
Yep.
kind of like is the restricting past and future dates in a date field. That's kind of a nice
Ah,
little thing. Like if you had a follow-up date on a deal, it's like, well, that should never be in the past, right? Like it wouldn't make sense for that to be in the past. So I do kind of like those, or, maybe on a closing date, that shouldn't be in the past, or setting certain ranges, especially if those could be dynamic. Like, hey, setting up
yep.
a follow-up date, it has to be in the future and it needs to be less than 30 days in the future. Like that's kind of a nice little thing for pipeline management. So that one I actually am pretty impressed by. The rest of them pretty basic, character limits and things like that.
Yep. And then moving right along, also in Bigin, the iOS app got a card scanner, and you can now initiate WhatsApp conversations using some pre-approved templates. Card scanner is interesting. Zoho actually has a separate app called Card Scanner. It's not even branded Zoho. It's really interesting, and it'll connect to Salesforce. It'll connect to Zoho. It'll connect to whatever. It's pretty good. I actually played around with this just a couple of weeks ago. I was trying to get organized, Tyler, and I had a stack of business cards that I'd collected over the last year, and I said, "Man, I don't want to type this in. Let me scan them in."
Yep.
So played with Card Scanner. There's another one out there, got a funky name like AABBYY or something like that, Abby, which is like at the top results in the store. I tried that one. I tried a bunch of them. Ended up using Card Scanner because I found that they all were just kind of okay. They capture the data. They oftentimes put it in the wrong fields. It's kind of a bit of a mess. But what I found that it worked well was just scanning all the cards, exporting it to a CSV file, cleaning up the CSV file, putting everything where it needed to go. It did save a lot of time because it captured a lot of the information, and you go to the cards and do it without having to manually
Not having to
type
like
it all
type in John Smith and his phone number, right? Like if I got to move it
in. Right.
one column over, whatever, right? But I
Yeah.
don't want to type it in from scratch.
Yeah. But all of these they're fairly good, but because business card layouts are so crazy, don't expect it's going to be perfect. It's just not. It's not something you're going to do. But I'm assuming the card scanner feature is just Card Scanner, the app that they've already built that's now in this. We'll see. But anyway,
yeah, I would think so.
it's pretty good. And so yep, there's your card scanner. You can import them into the CRM. It's very nice. Business cards seem to be dying though.
They do
in a way. It seems like they're gone. Yeah. And so, and you can also now, they brought WhatsApp in there. So it looks like WhatsApp's just kind of like in line. I didn't know WhatsApp had such an open API. So very nice. And WhatsApp, I know if you live in the United States, you say WhatsApp, but if you live in the rest of the world, that's what they use. I wish we'd use it here in the United States because everybody else uses it. It would be a unified messaging platform for everyone. So yeah. Anyway, so that's that. Nice stuff. Bigin team. All righty, and moving right along. All right, our last news story is an interesting one. Zoho. This is crazy. We've had new bundle, new app.
Yep.
3 weeks in a row. Zoho's on a roll. So Linkthread by Zoho Social, we've actually had this, been playing around with it. They had a different name for a while, didn't it? It was
Yes,
called...
it did. It was previously called ZPikeit. ZPIKEIT. Because having good link management spikes your social media engagement. Luckily, they renamed it. Linkthread, I think, is a great name because that's what it is. It's a place for all of your links to exist. We use Linktree, not super heavily, but we do use it just as a place to park our links. We're probably going to move over. I mean, honestly, in terms of the look and feel of the page, I actually prefer Linkthread. I think they've done a good job. I know Freddie was mentioning Linktree has a couple kind of bits of special sauce around like integrating with your social platforms and auto replying to messages with some of these links. So I'd imagine there's some other areas that they're going to continue to build this. But just on like the look of the page, I actually kind of like what you can make in there. Seems pretty easy. I know, Brett, you were actually playing around with it, right?
Yeah, I basically went into the back end because I wanted to grab this Zenatta. By the way, if you do this quickly, it's free, by the way. I don't think they're charging for this, right? It's part of Zoho One or it's part of bundles. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't gotten into it, but go to linkthread.zoho.com and get your URL as quickly as possible. I ran out this morning, made sure we got Zenatta.
Steal ours. We knew one of you was going to steal ours, so we had to beat you to the punch.
Right. So I got Zenatta, for the whole Cork and Journey thing. I just grabbed Cork.
Nice.
And then I went on my personal Zoho account and I got Brett.
Nice.
Right. So, I got all the key ones. So go out. You should get your name while you can, Tyler, before this show drops, Go and grab that one. So though they're all available because it's a brand new app. So go get your domain while you can. But really, really easy stuff. I mean, I started building this out here and you can change your appearance out relatively easily, whatever colors you want, it's going to change it. Oh, that's pretty. So you basically can just choose whatever colors you're going to go with, however you want it to look. And once you kind of get it dialed in, then you just want to go and kind of add things to your page setup. So social links are very, very straightforward. You just edit it. Go ahead. Put our YouTube in here, but you can say, hey, I want to put our LinkedIn in. I want to put our X in, our Instagram. You just, go ahead and click on it and go ahead and add in, drop your URL in there, and away you go. The other aspect of this is that, if you wanted to add a button to this, your title goes here. So I'll just say Club Zenatta.
So this would be for something that's like not a pre-made link. Like if you've got Instagram, they've just got a pre-baked for that. But for Club Zenatta, they don't have like a pre-designed button use. Okay.
Exactly. Then you can, add a little image here. So, just go ahead and drop in the Club Zenatta logo. Boom. It's got the Club Zenatta logo.
Oh, and you can do scheduling. That's kind of nice. So like if we wanted a link check out for Zoholics, with our coupon code, we could add one, but say, hey, once the day comes, it actually goes away, right? Because it's no longer
get rid of
relevant.
that link altogether. Absolutely.
Nice little feature.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can just kind of put these things in, build out your own link thread. I wanted to say Linktree. But it's a lovely Nice
Yeah.
little application.
It's
Nice.
like they've got some like analytics and reporting on the side, so you might be able to see like how many people are landing on the page, how many are clicking through. Like, very cool.
It's pretty nice. I mean, really, really nice. I mean, there's nothing here to see. It's brand new, and this was set up 5 minutes ago. We haven't published it, but it's very easy to build out. The social icons will all go across the top. If you want, you can move them to the bottom. I tell you, it's nice. Nice little application, and I can't tell if it's I don't know. Do they have like? Because I've only got access. I don't know. Go in, like if we go to this in a incognito side, is there any pricing for this, or is it just free?
Let's take a look. I don't even see the website for it.
You just go to zoho.com/linkthread.
Let us see. Yeah, I don't see a spot that says pricing.
Nothing.
You know what? I'm signed in.
Yeah,
Let me give that one more try. No, I'm not
signed in
sign
on
up
incognito,
for free. Yeah, I'm on incognito. I just had a demo account open. It says sign up for free. So seems maybe like something they're giving away for free. I do know like sometimes Zoho will like to create little tools like this as a bit of like a loss leader to get their name out there. Like they've got that really nice little like snippet tool that you can just download and it's free, or like the PDF editor that they launched where it's like, hey, we exist over here. So
they've got that free annotation tool as well.
Mm-hmm.
The annotation tool.
It could be that they're doing it for free just to show up in a search, right? And get in there.
And put Linktree out of business, maybe. There you go. It has launched. All right. Well, that is going to wrap up the news. And with that, let's head over to Club Zenatta, that we just talked about, and check out our code share of the week. All righty. Alex is at it. Automatically export a Zoho Creator Report PDF to WorkDrive. So this is actually something that you would probably want to do often. You've built out a creator application, you're generating reports, you'd like to capture a moment in time. So you want to generate that report as a PDF. You want to save it to a folder in WorkDrive so you can go back and look at things. Well, Alex is going to give you a step-by-step guide as to how you are going to do that. And he's even given you a tutorial of the process. Is this this tutorial? Is it someone else? I don't know.
I am not sure.
And he's given you the code you need to make that happen. So you're using Creator. You need this service. There you go.
Why not?
It's all right.
Yeah. Use case here, I would imagine, like maybe you have some, like imagine in our case, we run a lot of our operations, our tasks, our hour logs out of Zoho Creator. Maybe you have a portal. In that portal is a link to a WorkDrive folder for a client. And you want to say like, hey, if you want to track how things have looked over time, every Monday we give you this summary report of what we did last week, right? And we put it into WorkDrive. So yeah, really nice little implementation. We love using WorkDrive. I mean, man, it's just so nice to have that tightly integrated with the rest of the Zoho environment. But yeah, nice job, Alex. And I'm sure someone will end up using this in the future.
Yeah, I just went and checked that video, and that video is Alex doing a Zenatta tutorial. So
look at that. Must be like an older video. Cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Dealing with inventory, so I'm sure it's the same process.
Very, very nice. And if you don't know, Club Zenatta is our online community, and we would love it if you would come over and check it out. We are up to 2,547 members. All of them are active, kind of just going through everything that's going on. And, they've got questions. We've got answers. It's all right there. Pretty active community across the board. So come on in, check it out. We'd love for you to join. That's club.zenatta.com. All right, we ask is your email and your firstborn child, but you didn't really like your firstborn child anyway. It's usually the middle one or the last one that's your favorite. So what do you care? Here you go. And with that, before we head over to Zenatta and check out our blog of the week, and we actually have a case study this week, I want to say I stumbled across the greatest little thermos, Tyler. This thing, here's what's great about it. It's got both a straw and a gulp capability.
Okay.
Straw and gulp. So you can just sip it or drink. Absolutely amazing.
I can imagine that's just full of wine.
This one?
Because you have your Cork and Journey sticker on it.
Well,
it's just white wine. It's just white. It's morning wine. It's white wine, so it's totally fine.
It's just, it's just low alcohol stuff, just to keep my hands steady. Gotta get rid of those shakes.
At a surgery later.
All righty, and moving right along, let's head over to Zenatta and check out our blog of the week. Oh, by the way, to avoid comments, Owala, Owala. That's the name of the thermos there, and you can find that on Amazon. And please use my affiliate link if you wouldn't mind. All right. Hey, Zoho Cliq, full product overview and integrations. This is the one that Tyler and I did a few years ago, almost killed each other. Since then, he refuses to let me be on any more of these full product tutorials. I've been banned. And, I was having fun with Freddie. He said he got the raw footage from you and you were killing yourself as well. So it's good. So I know it wasn't me. Okay?
It's a me problem. It's just a me problem.
Yep. I know. So Zoho Cliq's had a lot of changes over the years. This is an app that we love. We use extensively. Think of what's the big one, Tyler?
Slack would be the biggest direct comparison.
Slack.
Yep.
If you know Slack, Teams, then you know Cliq. Except if you're a Zoho user and you're using CRM and Desk or the other applications, the integrations are just off the charts. So I take it you went through pretty much everything here?
Yeah, kind of go through setting it up, conversations, channels, some of the high levels around settings. We go through a few of the integrations for CRM projects and Desk, kind of show those bots a little bit as well and how to set them up and use them. About a 20-something minute video. I mean, at the end of the day, it's pretty quick to set up, right? Like you do a full product tutorial on something like CRM. It's man, you could go hour and a half on that easily. Cliq, right. It's quick and easy, man. It's one of those ones that if you're on Zoho 1 and everybody's in Zoho as is, and you also paying for Slack, it's try this out. Try it out. You can probably just move over, no problem, and save yourself, money, right? At the end of the day, always nice to save a buck. And especially in this case, because Cliq is eerily similar to Slack. I'll leave it at that. It's very similar in terms of the look and feel, the way it organizes things, where it should be pretty seamless if you're already over there.
Yes.
So,
and the migration's a snap. It really is. If you're migrating, it's just super, super easy to migrate. They've done a really good job of that. I mean, there's a lot of power here. We talk about this before, but if you're just listening to us for the first time, an invoice gets paid. All of a sudden in the Cliq channel, it says so-and-so paid their invoice, right? So salespeople might want to know that the invoice has been paid. You can do crazy things so perhaps there's an email that only you get because it's an admin email or it has to come to your email, but you really need to share the data in that email with people on your team. You can do things like forward that email to Desk, which is one of the things we do, and basically then parse it and then throw a notification instantly into Cliq saying this needs to be followed up on based upon the rules that you've set up.
Or even adding tables of data, right? So we get one every Monday from the commissioner, a bot that Greg built that basically sends a tabular format of data of any licensing changes around Zoho that our clients made the previous week. Because if somebody just added 20 licenses, hey, maybe we should reach out, make sure they have everything they need for those new users that are going to onboard. Really powerful tools, both for internal communication as well as notifications and kind of just signaling people when things need to occur.
Yeah. And that one's cool. I mean, that's basically taking a look at hundreds of emails that get sent in the desk. They then get parsed. They then get probably pushed into analytics, my guess is, and then a table's created, and that table pushes into Cliq for everyone to see. But a lot of great stuff that you can do here. So check out Tyler's new updated video. Although it's not as good as the one from 3 years ago because I was in it, but that's all right.
Sure,
still,
fair enough.
This one's more updated. All right, and then we've got a wonderful case study from our friends over at CU Interface Empowered. Basically, we help them pretty much deep dive into desk and
primary,
spend some time primary. And I just love this quote. And we have a lot of our clients feel this way, but big shout out to Christian Dabney. Until our engagement with Zenatta, Zoho was not something I would have recommended to a peer. We're actually looking at other options. However, Zenatta completely turned that around. Let us turn that around for you. It's so easy, Tyler. All you have to do is click on this book a meeting logo icon right here. And then, boom, in just a few seconds, you will be talking to someone over here at the Zenatta team. It's fantastic. Now, do I have to say this at the end of the show now, like I always do, since I did it here? I don't know.
Yeah, you got to say it again.
I do. Still got to say it?
Yep.
Okay. And if you don't know, by the way, over at Zenatta, probably one of our most popular things on our website is our resource library. So you click into that, and that gives you every single Zoho application, our recommendations on it, all of our videos associated with it. So Tyler was talking about Cliq. Let's see what we got here. So just on Cliq alone, here's your getting started, some how-to basics, some advanced stuff, and any articles we've got on Cliq. It's all captured in our resource library, makes it exceptionally easy to find what you're looking for. And depending on the bigger applications like CRM, there's hundreds of things in there, but we kind of break them down by sections, kind of make it easy for you to kind of dig in and hopefully find what you're looking for. So you can find all that over at Zenatta.com. And with that, let's head over to YouTube and check out our tips of the week. All righty. Well, we talked about this a few weeks ago, but Zoho has released their new Service Plus bundle, and Maya is doing a complete breakdown of that overall bundle and kind of stepping you through everything that you would want to know in Service Plus, how it works, what it does, what the various applications are, how they all integrate together. It is all right here. So if you are considering this bundle, and oftentimes for a lot of companies, these bundles do make a lot of sense. She is taking you through Desk Assist, Land Sales, Project Survey, all the way down the line. I did notice there was one interesting comment that was made about this Service Plus bundle, though, Tyler, and that was that, and I don't know why we didn't pick it up at the time, it's missing FSM. And I think that's because of the pricing.
FSM. Yeah, the pricing. I've heard through the grapevine, allegedly, that it should get FSM added. That is part of the plan, allegedly. So, yeah, I think it's just the pricing is a bit different. So they got to figure out what they're going to do on that because it's not on a per user basis. It's on a per appointment basis, which can save you a lot of money if you have a bunch of third-party contractors that don't need Zoho access, especially for like Zoho One use, right? Like it's a huge amount of money. So, yeah, I would expect that that's going to work its way in. They probably just need to figure out how they're going to bill for it. And how they're going to charge for the appointments.
And they're probably going to name it Zoho Service Plus. Right?
Yeah, why not? Zoho Service Plus.
Zoho Service Plus. Yes. So anyway, so Maya steps you through. It looks like you make a guest appearance in here, and Wayne makes a guest appearance.
Wayne as well.
Look at that.
Look at that.
All kinds of great stuff going on. So go ahead and head over to YouTube and check out that on the Service Plus bundle. And then clickbait, anybody? Tyler has put together a video called 8 money-saving Zoho One apps to try now. So proud of you. Since you took that new YouTube course, things are just exploding. It's just
yeah. Oh, yeah. Me in a course. Could you imagine? I'd probably try to make me read something. This video kind of spawned from the idea that we have a lot of clients who are using Zoho One. A lot of them are just using a couple of the apps that are in it. And the reality is, even if you're like just using CRM, forms, survey, maybe campaigns, you're still saving money, right? Versus a lot of your alternatives to like satisfy those. But there's so many other tools in here that if you side by side them with their competitors, talking like Zoho Desk, Zoho Sign, Zoho Cliq, like we just were talking about. So I tried to organize this as applications that you probably have a lot of people using. So on a per user basis, you save quite a lot. Or applications where their competitors are just very expensive. Like you might not have a lot of users in Tableau, but man, it's not cheap. Going to their pricing page, it's like, good Lord, this is very expensive. So tried to go through and show 8 that I think are the most commonly going to save you some money. Kind of go through why I think so. I mean, I'll tell you, Zoho billing, there's a lot of subscription management services that take a % of revenue as part of their costs. It's like, good Lord, don't even give them 0.5%. That's crazy. Might as well at least try out some of these other Zoho apps. Goal being, if you find 1 out of the 8 that you can move over to, I call this video a win. If you get more than 1, you can send me a gift basket sometimes with the money that you saved. But that's kind of the goal here, is just highlight some of these maybe less used tools and really just show you, I mean, look, this is the Tableau pricing. It's like you're getting to thousands of dollars really quickly when you actually price out what you need out of that application. So I thought this would be a good one to share.
Well, it's such a great point too, and we get that comment all the time. How come it's so inexpensive? And just because it's inexpensive doesn't mean that it's inferior in any way. I mean, it's just accessible. And a lot of companies come over to us, and we look at their tech stack, and it's crazy the amount of money they're spending and the amount of different applications they have. And oftentimes they're tying it all together through Zapier. You're like, oh my gosh, what's going on?
Yeah, and you're paying 100,000 Zapier credits a month. It's like, good Lord.
Right. And so, there's so many better ways to do this. And so anyway, Zoho is it's amazing. And I see you got the resource library in there. Fantastic. Oh, yeah. Hey, and if you don't know, everybody, if you just head over to youtube.com/Zenatta, that is where we keep all of our videos, tutorials, the CRM Zen Show, every single thing you would want is here. So please, we would love it if you would like and subscribe. And speaking of subscribers, 23,000, you know what that means. Another angel got their wings. That's right. So there it is. So I want to thank everybody who supports us and watches our stuff. We really appreciate your support across the board. And with that, by the way, another thing we do over here used to be a show called Azaz, which is where you can ask Zenatta anything about Zoho. It's now a segment on our show that we do occasionally when we get a good question, and we got one this week. So, Azaz. Why waste a good media asset when you can bring it back? All right. Hey, Bruce Sexton has got a question. He is a pranic healer using Zoho One to manage client sessions, which are booked through Zoho CRM and bookings. Treatments often span multiple sessions. I want to group these into healing meetings with an overarching healing episode to track case details, treatment protocols, client history within the CRM. However, Zoho CRM's meetings module doesn't support lookup fields, limiting my ability to link meetings into a broader case. I've explored desk, cases, custom ailments module, a services appointment, but none of them seem to fully meet my needs. Given that I'm a solo practitioner, what is the best way to structure this in Zoho to keep things simple while maintaining a clear view of client histories and ongoing treatments? Oh, Bruce, you were so close. Just needed to click a couple modules over. How's he going to do this, Tyler?
Yeah, so our thought here, Bruce, and again, this is advice not knowing everything about your business. Generally for us, what we would think about here is using a deal as kind of that overall treatment or overall engagement with a particular client or patient, right? Where like you might be meeting with some of them for 3 or 4 weeks, some of them for 8 or 9 weeks with these different sessions and notes and kind of information. So the home base that I would think about here is definitely that deals module. So while the meetings doesn't support custom lookup fields, you can definitely look up a deal from a meeting. So all of those could be linked there. You could create like a treatments module if there's more than one treatment over time as a part of that engagement. Kind of the way I'm thinking about it here is like when we work with a business coach, right? They'll have a deal for that engagement with the client where they have sessions and notes and objectives that they're looking to hit. So yeah, should be a good fit to use that deals module and kind of organize everything under that. I always will highlight, depending on exactly when you signed up for Zoho, it might be called deals. It might be called opportunities. It might be called potentials. Either way, you can rename it to whatever makes the most sense for you. And then kind of nest all of these other records underneath that.
Yeah, and clean it up. We do this a lot. People get hung up. You're not alone, Bruce. You didn't even look at the deals module because it's a sales module, but
yeah,
it doesn't have to be. You can completely
really
customize it, like Tyler was saying.
Yeah,
process module is a great way to look at it. You know, your stages of a deal can be your stages of your treatments, right? You know, I'm on my initial engagement, I'm on ongoing, we're on our homework, you know, and do create. I will tell you what Tyler was saying about the business coaches and things like that. I recommend you create a treatments module that's linked to the deals module where you can see all of your treatments and they're all tied in there together. And, you know, just rename it, clean it up, get rid of all the stuff you don't need. And you will find it's really, really a valuable module across the board. There's so many unique features in that module that do not exist in any other module, and you can't create them. You can't do anything with them. It's just, they only live in that particular module. It'd be nice if you could, you know, you could create a custom module and say, give it all of the features of an opportunities. Yeah, it would be nice, but not the case. All right, Tyler. Well, another CRM Zen Show is in the bag. I want to thank everybody so much for joining us. As always, as I said earlier, if you would like to meet with us so we can help you with your Zenatta installation, whatever you're doing, your instance, whatever's happening with it, please head over to zenatta.com and click on book a meeting. We'd love to talk to you.
And on the website is also where you'll find complete episodes of the show, as well as links to all the stories we discussed today. If you want that news delivered straight to your inbox every Monday morning, be sure to subscribe to our newsletter. And last but not least, we always appreciate when you like and subscribe here on YouTube, as well as your choice of podcast app. We'll see you next Friday.
The CRM Zen Show was produced by Podcaster Zen.
All right. I'm going to go set up my Linkthread now. You know?
Yeah, there you go. Love it.
Set that thing up.
Set up your spike it.
Yeah, my spike it. Have a great weekend, everybody.